So this is it, man. Full custom acres. I needed a little room to spread my wings, you know? If you listen just right, you hear that?
Whole lot of nothing.
Nothing. As the saying goes, turn the page, right? No, this is a whole new chapter.
Awesome digs, man.
I wanted to get my friend Tom out here. I got a project I need a hand on. I also wanted to give him a little tour of the homestead. So apparently this was some kind of a horse ranch. They were raising thoroughbred horses.
Oh, cool.
You know where I'm going with this.
Oh, yeah.
No horsing around, baby. All cars.
Man, I love that backyard. Look at those hills.
You know, when I drove up the driveway, I was just like, I'm home. When I was looking for places, you know, it's a lot like looking for a car. I had my heart set on something completely unique and allow me the freedom to do what I want. You know, I've been in the city in a workshop for like 20 years, man. So being out here, it's where I need to be. I mean, total inspiration, right?
Get your creative juices running again.
Get up in the morning, no distractions, just create.
You could build for days.
That's what I'm talking about. I've had cars stashed at friends' houses all over the place, so I got a few projects lined up. I'll show you what I got on the queue.
It's Ian's turn.
Pretty cozy out here, you know? You can stand out here and just gaze at the sunrise, sunset for all eternity. The cars do not build themselves. Well, you know, I got the shop all dialed in. It was a lot of work to get it going, but power's on, it's all cleaned out. First project is queued up. Let me show you what I'm thinking.
Whoa, what you got here?
This is the project. 48 Packard. You remember Don? Well, I finally got it from him. I got this thing from my friend Don. I've been eyeballing it for like 6 years. The thing that was kind of the specialness of this is that the two-door, look at the slanted post already.
Yeah.
And then it's the fastback. This is like the Pontiac Fleetline style, but it's bigger. Look how freaking substantial that body is.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool shaping going on here, man.
Everybody wants a Merc, right? They're hard to
Yeah.
get. So the Packard that you and I did, you know, it came out so cool. You know, we did the chop and then Victor and Craig got it and it went all the way.
Right.
And, you know, I'm not a jealous type, but maybe a little envious. Their car is called the Merc Eater. This one is gonna be the Merc Eater, just to give it back to Victor a little. It's kind of like a Dr. Seuss book, right? It's not really gonna eat a Merc, it's gonna eat a Merc Eater, or if an eaterer could eat Mercs.
What are your plans for this?
I'm gonna cut it up. Now that I'm in my own spot, I wanna go full custom, like my own brainchild.
How much are you gonna cut?
All of it. So I wanna radically section and chop this thing. I want the car pancaked.
Pancake.
Yes, I wanna make Packard pancakes. Now, one of the perks of being out in the desert is Gene Winfield is my neighbor. He kicked down a few ideas. This is like the Zen master, the Shaolin funk monk coming to your place. Gene is an encyclopedia of car customizing, right? So I have all the concepts, and he's coming back. He's like, yeah, you're gonna do that, but you gotta watch out for this. If you're gonna do this, this is gonna change, etc. And whatever you do, don't mess up the back end. And I'm telling him, yeah, I wanna go radical as possible. And he's all about it.
Man, it's got a lot of potential. I mean, it's gonna be a real wild piece when you're done.
So between Gene's ideas and our experience, you know, we've already done the Packard. This should be a walk in the park. I just want to go 10 times more radical than what we already accomplished. I want you to take my ideas, Gene's ideas, and your ideas and illustrate them. Tom's really good with mock-ups on the computer. You know, he'll take a snapshot and then just start rendering concepts to know what direction we're going. I'm excited. I finally get to build a custom cruiser for myself, and it's gotta be a crazy statement. Full custom, Ian?
This is option 1. This is extremely chopped and extremely sectioned. It's super low, makes it look really long.
Love it.
Yeah. And then a little more conservative. It's still chopped and it's still sectioned. It's probably sectioned about 3 inches.
I say we go for as much section as possible. We're gonna just have to cut that car apart and see what it offers.
All right. Wait, do you want some help with that?
Yes. And as with everything, you're never gonna get that simple pencil on the paper result working with a car. So there's gonna be a few detours, there's gonna be a few hurdles, but we're going for it.
Ready to cut stuff up.
All right, man. Tom goes in for a little costume change. You know when he comes out in uniform, it's getting serious. It's my turn to take a roll of the dice on my own project. This is pretty ambitious, but I'm 100% committed. Check this out. This is the full custom Packard. It's gonna be a 4-inch section right through the whole body of the car. And we're gonna cut a lot of this out to make it happen, so I don't want you to get disturbed or startled. Having 2 dogs has been a real blessing. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. No, all you gotta do is bring in a young dog to teach the old dog new tricks. He was having some tough times. He had some real medical issues, and she spiced him right back up. This is a good sign. They're enthusiastic. I don't even think they know what a section job is, but already, look, they see the car is on the ground. It's super low, lead sled. Can you dig it? I've seen excitement. I've seen suspense, all of the things with these dogs. But the back-to-back-to-back-to-back handshake, that's a new one. This car is a winner. So that was interesting. That's probably the most approval I've seen so far. Because I had a couple concerns. You see the car's a lot lower than it was.
Oh, yeah.
If we section this 4 inches, that fender's getting real close to the tire.
Oh, wow.
My goal with this project is to push the limits, the most radical modifications I can, and still have it drivable, but like right to the edge. The hardest part's gonna be the A-pillar because it has the door hinges. But the issue is, look, it's not vertical.
Oh.
It's tapered. One of the potential pitfalls is the door hinges, simply because they have to remain parallel. If they misalign, the door's gonna bind, it's not gonna swing open.
I've never seen you section a car, so I'm excited to see how this is gonna turn out.
I've never seen me section a car either. Gene Winfield said just use the force.
Use the force.
First thing is to figure out where this line will be drawn around the perimeter of the car.
It's starting to look like you're NFL coaching again here.
That's exactly what it is, man. If you could just take off all this hardware, I'm gonna make a 4-inch strip of cardboard. Cutting the sheet metal is not that big a deal, but where you cut it is a big deal because it's gotta reconnect. So I'm kind of thinking about how this thing's gonna fit once it's sectioned down. It may look like kind of a jigsaw puzzle, this line that I'm drawing through the car, but for whatever reason, I'm able to see right through where it's gonna come together. Here's the biggest problem of all. When we section it vertically, the trunk lid, the deck lid, is going to fall inside the trunk cavity.
I mean, I totally trust that you know what's going on here. It looks like you've seen it ahead of time.
Glad you do.
However, I am still confused as to what's going on this back end. Can you just give it to me one more time?
Explaining to Tom one of the biggest issues with the section of this car is in the rear end. We are facing a major proportion predicament. So the bumper matches right there, but then when you section it up, your car's ending here, and the bumper's way the heck out here.
Okay.
This is a pretty big undertaking, so, you know, it's all theory until you get to cutting. I want you to know that this is my prized possession. My whole life, I've always wanted a section Packard, so whatever you do, don't screw it up.
All right, here goes nothing.
This project is pure calculated fun. I've been staring at this thing for years, you know, I've got it all thought out. Tom's concerned, but I see the path. For my next trick, I will remove this entire rear panel. Envision, if you will, a straight vertical drop, right? And it's way inboard. So you do have that shelf now.
Yeah, it ended up with an underbite.
You know? This body is a few cuts shy of coming down. If you see something going wrong,
Run?
Run.
A little bit worried, but at the same time, very intrigued. I want to see what happens. I'm just gonna go slow.
Good, right there. Perfect. I don't think it's gonna work for the front. We're just gonna have to muscle it. Talking about you and the guns. Come on, get over here.
Well,
Got a plan. You know, I need all the help I can get, and those two dogs are not gonna listen to a word I say. So Tom, being the senior crew chief here, he gets to do the heavy lifting.
right, this is real grunt work.
You can do it. Just put your back into it.
What does it look like? Whoa, she is sectioned.
It's like a freaking bullet, man. I knew it was gonna happen. It's just like, whew. Step back and look at this section. I mean, as they say, right out of the gun, it's tight. It lined up really well. 4 inches is pretty radical for this style body. And it's there, you can see it.
Not that I'm saying that I don't like it. I just want to make sure that this is what you really want.
It's what I really want, Tom.
Okay, then let's move forward.
Getting this thing sectioned is the exact start I needed. Going in a way more radical direction. This needed to happen first. Perfect fit.
You sure you've never done this before?
Oh man, I just dreamt about it.
Someone ought to take your dreams and bottle them up and sell them.
Even better, they record it and broadcast it around the whole world. It's better than bottling and selling it. So here we are, round 2. All that stuff we fit up and tacked up is welded up.
Oh yeah, look at that patch, good work.
It takes a lot of welding to go around the perimeter of a car body, especially something this big. It's just a lot of patience, a lot of detail work. You don't want to overheat it and warp it. So I tack it, hammer it a little from the inside, and just move down the lane so it stays straight. This damage, whatever, that'll get fixed last. Now we got to section the front fenders and then the doors, and I still want to chop it. You saw that there was a couple little modifications in that straight through the car cut, right?
Right.
Had to jog through a couple portions of it, and it's the same deal with these fenders. You'd think you'll take a straight line through it, but it's a little more technical. I'll show you what I'm thinking. So the issue here is if we went on the center line to chop 2 inches on each side, all of a sudden, you got no metal, right?
Yeah.
So the way that this all looks so cool in factory, the idea is we take out a 4-inch strip above the wheel arch,
Okay.
then jog it vertical, just like we did on the firewall of the car, so that this nice, graceful wheel arch stays where it should be on the tire,
Right.
but the fender gets sectioned down 4 inches. So for now, I'm thinking, we got this 4-inch tab, maybe we'll just come right in and we'll delete that light. What do you think about that? Or
Yeah.
just below it, we'll keep the trim. At this stage of the game, it's all about sheet metal modifications. I got a lot of ideas rolling around in my head for future bumper and grille modifications. I got a couple ideas about that nose that might just take this thing and make it a real Merc eater.
Wouldn't this have to have some sort of Merc in it to be a Merc eater? Or is it like just all right that a Packard is a Merc eater?
Well, think about it, man. Just do the math, right? So the Merc Eater is a Packard that ate a Merc, but the Merc Eater Eaterer is a Packard that ate a Merc Eater. Think about it. Either way, it's not eating anything until I get it all put back together, and this front fender section is a step in the right direction. What do you think is gonna work?
I'm hoping so.
Got another Packard fender?
I certainly don't.
The whole process of this project is making bold choices. Just get it changed, and go in and do all the finishing detail after that broad stroke's been made. Click right into shape. The way I'm handling this reattachment of the fender is using a flat strip backer. It provides a ton of strength for the welding. Some purists may not dig it. I know it's gonna work and be super strong. A few last trims and this fender's ready to be welded back together. You can never have enough clamps. If our calculations are correct, this thing is gonna fit on the car. Theorizing is all well and good, that's one thing, but you never know if it's gonna fit till you literally put it in place.
Dude, I am legit excited now. Seeing that fender back on there, I can't wait to see what it looks like with the hood back on.
Let's just unhook the hoses and plug it in.
Yeah, let's do this.
Look at that. Now we're getting somewhere.
I want to tell you, you did a good job. It's not even finished yet, and you've done a good job.
From the beginning of the customizing cars fad, it's like they want to make the cars look better, more streamlined, more radical. The giant bulging sides all of a sudden disappeared, and now the fenders look way more horizontal. That's the result I was hoping to achieve.
It just looks so long and lean.
Wait till the top's chopped, man. This ain't nothing. We're getting right through this section job. As usual, there are hurdles to jump, and here we go to that infernal door hinge test. So the big question mark is, are these hinges gonna work? Because looking straight down, it seems like this one's over just a hair. We're not gonna know how they work until they're bolted into the door, because maybe the door is offset and I just never noticed it. The door hinge pins, they must be parallel. Not doing that. Let's just cut it up and see what happens. This section is exactly what we've experienced with the rest of the car. The one big difference being there is an internal structure in the door, and then there's these hidden hinge plates inside the whole deal. Cutting the doors in the same fashion as the rest of the body, we're using the trim hardware holes as our center point for the 4-inch strip taken out. I hope you know how to put these together, because I know how to cut them apart. All right, so hold this in one hand and hold the door with the other with your gloves off, please.
No.
One key thing you see in every welding shop is just a lot of clamps, a lot of fixtures. When you're welding something, you want it to stay where you need it, and I don't have a fixture or a clamp. So we'll just weld it to the table.
You really welded it to the table.
Nice and secure. It's a relief to see that this door, you know, it's a box, it's an enclosure, so sliding it together, the door skin and the perimeter, they look perfect.
Dang, man.
Dynamite.
Like butter, baby.
Yeah. Now the exciting part. We get to see if the hinges line up. Swing them hinges open. Watch your fingers. Totally cool. The last step here is the proverbial shakedown run. Bolt the hinges on and see if they open the door. Open the door. Told you it was gonna work. Close the door. Aha! Success.
Everything is lining up and looking super smooth. It looks low and it looks cool. You could pretty much stop right there.
No, we're going further, man. I got another piece to cut on that door. We ain't done yet.
Uh-oh.
Being that this is a Packard, I don't know what it's gonna be. Like a mild chop, okay, 2 inches, a severe chop, 6 inches. And I don't wanna make the chop so radical that this disappears or becomes like a weird eyesore thing. So let's start by designing this window. We'll know how much vertical chop we have, and then we'll just let the door window follow. So let's start by making a cardboard mock-up, the oldest trick in the book. One thing Gene Winfield explained to me is this concept of mocking up the window openings before you even chop the car. So he came up with this pretty cool cardboard template design that shows you exactly how big the window opening is gonna be before you chop it.
Man, when you see it in cardboard, it already looks like a low-profiled window.
Exactly what Gene was warning me. He said, you're thinking one thing, kid, the real world's gonna hammer you. No, he didn't say that. He said make a cardboard template first. This window template mock-up is a really good way to avoid chopping it too much. See, now you put your window and you're on the grid.
And I've seen you use envisioning tools before, man, but this one's like way more technical.
I'm getting good, you know. That's your window. That's a 5-inch chop. I think the windows are only going to get chopped around 3 inches. So this is a 3-inch chop. And that's a little more proportional. Let's put it on the car and see. So you kind of take a look back. You do like a little Elvis. And the more you do that with the tape measure, the better it starts to look. Tom's gonna be here and really stick it through the way that I do it. He might as well learn it the wrong way. I mean, the way that I do it. It's too low. No,
Just a scooch too low.
Yes, it is. It's not too low.
No?
It's too low. I'm always the guy that just looks at something, does it, and recovers from it. Gene's voice is ringing in my ear. You know, he's like, remember, young Jedi, the rear of a fastback chop is the most critical point in any modification. We'll make it a 4-inch chop in the door frame, and then we'll decide if we need more, we'll go for 5.
Well, let's cut it up. Let's see what happens.
Sheet metal stampings from the factory are these beautiful curvy shapes. You try not to cut through any of that. You cut through the long blank sections of material. Ta-da! It's not radical enough. Right away, I could see this is not what I'm looking for, so now I'm into a 5-inch chop. See, now that's more what I'm talking about. See, it's still bigger than that little mock-up of the back window, but it looks a little more in proportion. Final test for the window height is an inside-out look. You know, it's another thing Gene said. He's like, you're cruising, you got your arm on the window, you want to be able to see where you're going. Keep that in mind. You're in here, you're cruising. You're on the boulevard. Oh, yeah. See what I'm talking about, man? That's what Gene said. Just put your arm out the window, you'll know if it's right. You're sitting back here, right? Forearm is clear. Just enough room for a thumbs up.
To me, it seems like this is the tell-all spot right here.
For sure. Looks gangster. What are you kidding me? We are rolling deep. Section was a piece of cake. Up next is the chop, and that's a different slice of pie. I got a call from Gene asking me to come to his shop and lend a hand. I can't wait to see what he's got on the plate.
Hey, Ian, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great to see you.
Thanks
so
for asking me to
how
come
you
by.
coming on your new house?
It's getting there.
So glad you moved up here, and I know you enjoy the desert.
Oh, yeah,
everything.
100%.
I've been here 19 and a half years now.
That's when I moved to Los Angeles the same year,
About that time.
98. And I remember crossing from Barstow to Mojave, and I was just in love with it. I mean, you have no distractions. It's just
Right.
you and the work.
You know, Mojave it's just beautiful. Out here, I like to kind of live off the grid a little bit. So like you, we just like to be alone in the desert.
Yes, conversing with the universe, exactly.
Right.
It's kind of like two guys in jail, right? What you in for? We're way out nowhere, man. What'd you do to get here?
Come on over here and I'll show you what we're doing.
So it's like a 53 Chevy?
It's a 54.
54.
Chevy from
Right.
Australia.
Them Australians, they love their custom cars.
Oh, yeah. It came in with a chopped top, but it was terrible. So I cut that roof off and then put a 57 Olds. Chopped it a little bit.
Gotcha. Gene's already done a bunch of custom work on this car. Knowing what a stock vehicle looks like and then seeing what the legendary customizer of the ages has done to it, in short terms, he's done everything to this car.
So what I want to try to do today is make up the window frames and get them ready to go up and down in the door.
You got the project, I got the time.
All right.
It's great to work with Gene on this level. I mean, not only does he trust me, most importantly, he trusts my work.
All right, here we go. I'm going to slowly put pressure.
So that is shrinking it.
Done.
Perfect fit. I had no concept we were going about it this way. It's like real old school fabrication. Want me to torch that out?
Sure. It's beautiful to have Ian here working with me on this. He knows what to do, and I don't have to tell him. I just love it to have him here. and I'm looking forward to doing more things together.
I can't go to Gene's place without poking my nose in every corner. You know, the place has just got stuff for days. This is a 58 Chevy Impala, and if you look at a stock one, this is way cooler. He sectioned it. You can see the cut lines right here. He came through, squished the body, and then slammed the roof. And you know, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. You know, seeing that Gene is in the same predicament I'm at, he's like, oh, I'm always working on other people's cars. My stuff is just sidelined. I'm like, I'm in the same position. My Packard project is paralleling Gene's completely in that he's building this car in his spare time, as if there is any, and I'm in the same time frame as the Packard. I just want to make one bold step and end up with, similar to what he's got here, a great concept. If you learn the craft, anything's possible. I don't know how he does it. 91, still just slamming it. Looky there, it's looking like a window frame. All I gotta say, Gene, is you're a natural. If you pursue this as your career, you can really become somebody.
Well, I'm just getting started.
That's what I'm saying. You just keep doing this, You're gonna be fine.
Okay,
I love
thank
your work.
you.
It's
Thank you
awesome.
so much. Thank you so much. And it's good to have you come by and help me.
Hey, I'm right around the block. I'll be here whenever you need. It was really cool finally getting an opportunity to spend some time with Gene. We did a couple little projects in the past, but I think this just opens the door. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna do this, come on down. I'm over there. Hanging out with Gene has only gotten me more jazzed about taking this Packard all the way. So this is where we're headed, man. We're gonna chop this thing. I put some bracing inside. Being that it's a fastback, it's a little trickier than anything with like a belt line trim and a deck lid. You're chopping the whole back of the car now because the roof goes right down to the bumper, basically that line.
Yeah.
So it's a big hunk of metal we're cutting off.
Man, I hope you got a whole bag of tricks for this.
The whole mission here is radical custom, right? I don't want to do anything halfway this time. The section is as much as we could get. You see it, the tires are on the fenders.
Right.
So I want to chop the same way, as much as you can. Everybody's telling me fastbacks are such a challenge, you know? You're gonna run into some problems with that deck lid. Can't wait to see how you figure out the sail panel. That's what I'm about. Just, yes, let's figure it out. See how from the back standing viewpoint, this appears to be higher than the windshield?
Yeah.
So if we chop this 6 inches, it may look too small. I just don't want to end up with a little mail slot windshield that you can't see out of. So
Right.
I'm gonna make a little call for safety with that. We're gonna take out the top of the windshield, chop the top, and then put it back in. Saving all the pieces we cut out comes in handy, and it makes a perfect template. All right, now let's close the door and we'll weld that one shut. I want you to cut vertical, and I want you to cut horizontal. So you're coming up. When you see that, turn that way. When you see that, turn that way. Don't go in that area.
Yeah.
And Tom,
Yeah.
don't screw that up, okay?
There goes everything.
Just trying not to show Tom my nervous side. So I'm just playing comedian, you know? Just keeping everything lighthearted and like, yeah, man, we got this. We're in deep. Last thing is the B pillar, then she's free. That's a convertible, baby.
Yeah, man. This is wild and crazy what we've done.
This ain't mild custom garage, man. We're going all the way. General public is not used to seeing cars cut in half once, then twice, but here we are. Enjoy.
So this is the moment where I get a little bit scared.
You have nothing to fear but fear itself. Put on your poker face. We're gonna make this happen. This is like trauma unit. Don't stand around looking at the patient with his head half hanging off. Get to work. Quick action, quick results.
Along that line?
Right on it.
All right.
This is exposure therapy for Tom. You know, if I just keep him cutting the car, he won't be that repulsed by chops. Few cuts to freedom, and we can see this chop. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to put this thing on. So just watch the A-pillar and line that up. Look at that thing.
This is one cool car, man, already.
That is really something, dude.
Wow.
Standing back and looking at it, oh yeah. I mean, that's the flavor, for sure. 4-inch chop, 4-inch section, can only get better.
You happy?
No, we're gonna cut it again.
Wait, what? Again?
It's a typical scenario, right? You stand back and look at it and like, man, that's good. It could even be gooder. Oh, it's still not down to that door frame, man. We gotta cut more out. Let's do it. This is exactly what it needed, you know? It was right there, and I just took it a little bit more. And that's what I want, it's perfect. So the idea now is we can tailor this windshield any height we want. Look at that, it rolls right into the side window.
Oh, wow.
Totally cool. That call of making it like an inch less chopped than the rest of the car, you know, credit to Mr. Winfield. He's done this before. Yeah. Perfect idea. The fit up of this windshield requires a little bit of expert finesse. It's pretty technical. All right, this is the famous moment where the fabricator lights his pants on fire for the cause. Whoa! Feeling like welding? Ah! Don't light my hair on fire. Ah! Seeing how good this chop looked, I did a whole bunch of busy work. I was burning the midnight oil and got a whole bunch of stuff fitted up. Some progress has been made.
Oh.
I really went for it in the past day or so.
Yeah, I see that. What have we got going on here?
The inspectors and I were in here doing hard time. I didn't like the miniature window that was getting set up, so I just pulled this back and I attached the roof. That way there's structure. The roof line looks so good, I did not want to compromise what was there. So as a fix, I took the B-pillar and moved it rearward so I wouldn't end up with this miniature back window. This is definitely his favorite build yet. You know, he likes the cruisers, and you can see he's all, look at the nose action. The biggest challenge of the car is in this rear third. These shapes do not align at all. We got two different contours. You know, this is flapping in the breeze. It can be positioned. If I push it down, it's coming down and then up and down again. So you definitely want to have a nice graceful transition into the fender. The key element here is we cannot mess with the frame of the glass. The glass is rigid, it has to sit. I think this is the biggest intimidation point for anyone that would chop a fastback. Can't wait to see what you do with that deck lid. And this clearly illustrates what ends up happening. I say we slice right from here, underneath, right to there. And just lift it up. You got your eyes, and you got your muffs. One-shot deal. And they're pretty fashionable.
I like them.
I wear them to the club on the weekends. I don't know if you can even call this a technique. This is more of like an emergency recovery effort. That's how I roll. It's like, that's wrong, do something. I'm gonna bet you can just lift that right up. Ha-ha! We can live with that, eh?
Yeah.
And there's a little mismatch here, but that's totally usable. The whole thing is you want that line to flow, right? Flow is flow, no matter how you present it. If you don't need no fancy tools, this piece of steel rod illustrates perfectly a graceful arc. I think we can get away with that. I mean, if anything, lastly, see the bottom edge of the window opening?
Yeah.
You can always just slice that and bring that up just a hair. This little shim trick does exactly what I needed. It's not a perfect case scenario, but it bridges that gap between what the glass will offer and what the line of the body needs.
Well, if this is the spot where it's supposed to be, yeah, you got a big old gap and drop going on here.
What I was thinking is, you know, you got all these loose ends, right? If you could somehow just take that deck lid, like put it on the ground and just smush it, it might fill that whole gap.
Yeah, but then your trunk lid flat.
Check this out. Just like you hear, you know, they're gonna reskin the door, reskin the quarter panel. We're gonna reverse the process. We're gonna separate these two panels. So if we can take this razor and get all the way through, the outside will remove. So I want you to do that all the way around, and I'll see you tomorrow. Desert heat. Everybody thinks about it in photos, but once you're here actually working, a little refreshment is required. While you are achieving greatness, I'm gonna fix myself a little tonic. Whoa, mazel tov. So a lot of people open it the traditional way, but sometimes you gotta think outside the can, man. Just like that deck lid, you have your skin, you have a pinch weld, and you have your lid. Now, while you're busy with your work, I'm going to step over to the employee lounge and fix myself a little something to steady the nerves. This might push down a bit. Sort of like what we did with the roof, look at it.
Yeah.
You know, these angles might not work on the car, but let's chuck it on there and see what we're dealing with. Look at that. That's gonna work, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Totally gonna work. This smush technique is highly unorthodox, and you can see it works perfect. There's one more thing I want to lay on the table. We're not even making a deck lid.
Wait, what?
With this deck lid back in place, leaves a lot to the imagination. Something about the seamlessness of it. I love the idea of not having this open. It's gonna be so much smoother.
So it's just gonna go straight back.
Straight back.
Wow.
You know, full custom, right?
Yeah.
Concept style. We're never going to the grocery store. Last step is to clean up the deck lid, prepare the body to weld them together. We got a slight issue.
What's up?
There's a big old dent in that deck lid. Check this out.
Oh, no.
It appears that someone has attempted their own smushing with greatly different results. Now there's a big dent. That's just gonna kneel. It's gonna get all the molecules nice and happy. Happy little molecules. What dent? You see any dent? My calculations are correct. We're gonna slap that on, trim both sides, tack it down.
Let's do it.
Contour, this is gonna be perfect. Now I need to figure out if I'm gonna put the replacement skin above or below the deck lid. The whole thing that has to happen here is step back and take a look at it. All right, man, as usual, I made a couple subtle changes.
Okay.
The idea of the deck lid skin stuck, but I shifted it down.
I think it looks a lot better this way than the route we were gonna go.
But I decided to seal up the back because I just want it to be slick. Takes a lot of thinking, a lot of considering, especially when you're chopping up this compound curve. It looked best pulled down right to that roll pan area. So it's the back end of this that's really gonna bring it together, you know. I kept saying we're gonna have to make a lot more of the car, and you can see what it's coming down to. In my opinion, it is always easier to use what was the car and put it back in shape. First things first, why don't you take that piece of the Packard, and you see the little seam left and right?
Yeah.
Just cut off those two taillight sections. Just get the outer skin. Let's lay them up there and see what works with that.
Man, I'm really liking the way this thing is turning out.
Good answer.
Hey, you wanna trade for a 47 coupe?
I'd have to do the same thing all over again, man. Like I said, this is my vision. Look how freaking slopey and low it is.
Yeah.
From what I'm looking at here, you know, my vision of the whole thing, a custom roll pan will really seal the deal on the tail end of this car. You know, like any custom, you want it to flow, right? So just like before, with the flow of the roof, look, there's a dead end right there at this
Right.
balance. So I want to build a roll pan.
I think that's gonna look really cool.
All right, first thing, we're gonna cut this off. The deal with this roll pan is that we're creating it from scratch, significantly different than the rest of the car in the section and the repositioning of Packard parts. This perfectly illustrates all the other panels I made while Tom wasn't here. This thing's pretty cool. I got it from Eastwood a while back. The shrinker has like these little teeth that pull the metal, so it works like a stamp and then a crush. So the shrinker does physically shrink the edge of the steel, and it puts a lot of stress on the panel. That way it makes the English wheel a lot more proficient in the curving of the steel. All right, let's see how this thing looks. Oh yeah, very satisfying. This is really just winging it, exemplified. No template, no nothing. Stick it on the car, create a series of parts, then just trim it out and weld it all complete. The process here is about trimming and welding as you go. All right, man, that is a roll pan. Look at that, it's rolling under the car.
That certainly is, man.
It's just what I was talking about from the start. The back just goes boop right there, and then there's gonna be a little bumper hanging under it.
Yeah, man, it's really cool to see this thing come together.
Yeah, see now with the hole filled in, it just slopes right back. This is looking real close. You know, the lines are established. There's a couple other things I want to do, and then I really want to push the car outside and take a look at it. Check this out, man. I got busy on this thing.
Oh, man. Yeah, you certainly have.
After we were done the other day, the weld seams, they were really bugging me. So, you know, I'm just here putting on a little filler and things escalated. One thing led to another and I got into this guide coat. By the time I came back to sanity, I realized the car was blue. I guess you could say I might have got a little carried away.
You know what though, man? I'm telling you that this color on here really shows off the work.
From the start with this project was I just wanted to nail the two big elements of custom metalwork. Shop top and radical section. There we go. This was like a no holds barred experiment. 4-inch section, 6-inch chop. You could see it worked. It's been cool collaborating with Tom on this because I thought I was just gonna be solo way out in the wilderness. The most satisfying part was working through those critical issues. A, the windshield height, B, the rear window size, and C, the flow of the roof right down into the bumper area.
But if anybody deserves a full custom cruiser, it's Ian Russell.
That's good to hear, because I'm gonna send it over to your shop for finishing. I did two more other things I was gonna show you also. I picked up these old surfboards. Oh wait, they're not surfboards. These are Fender skirts. These are real old skirts that somebody had used, and I just kind of modified it to fit the look of the Packard. So this is just another representation of the lines. It's not finish painted. Again, just a quick dust over it. It's all just mocked up, but the concept is established. Let's roll it outside, see how it looks.
Oh yeah, it needs some fresh air.
The garage is one thing, but there's nothing like seeing a car in its natural environment. I'm not talking about the boulevard. Talk about the desert. Standing back, that's always the thing. Oh, what's the front 3/4 view look like? What's the rear 3/4, et cetera, et cetera. If you're just kind of squint your eyes and look at the silhouette of the car, the height off the ground, how the tires fit in the front fenders, it's all what I needed. Now my brain's spinning. I was thinking it was gonna be a Packard front grille, but with that section, it needs something way more substantial. I'm thinking some kind of really aggressive grille, bumper, just a few minor enhancements. This is ever evolving until it's fully painted, then hey, maybe it's done. Or I'll cut it apart and make a bubble top out of it. I don't know.
Merc eater, eater-er.
All that holding and positioning, it was definitely a 3-man job, and we did it with 2, so.
Yeah.
I gotta say, thanks. I could have done it without you. I mean, I couldn't have done it without you.